All right. We will see you. Here we go, guys. Into the finals. Here in the top left, we have Liquid Clem. In the bottom right, we have Dark. Best of 5. We'll see how this is going to go down.
Barry cheered. X333, Goku, thawing out of the ice, looked at Sub-Zero with a thoughtful expression.
Yeah?
I feel it too. We're not enemies, we're just warriors from different worlds.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you. All right. So, Clem versus Dark. Clem definitely plays a different style from Beyond, but not a super different style, right? They're both very mic-oriented, very pressure-oriented. I think the tempo of Clem is a little bit better. I appreciate Clem's play a little bit more than Beyond's, as much as I like Beyond. As much as you know, it's such a figurehead of the scene Beyond has been for so long. I do feel like Clem might be just slightly better. But yeah, I think in this matchup it can be pretty close. Definitely Beyond showed some great plays against Dark in that last round, and that was like a hell of a series. That was an amazing. That could have been the finals. We would have been super happy with it. I think that Clem will play it a little bit different though, right? Like you can see here already he's opened up with what looks to be a Reaper expand as opposed to like a double barracks opener. So definitely very different from what Beyond was showing us in his series. There's that command center going down. He is sending an SCV across just to make sure that he knows what's up. It's a very quick 3-hatch play. So that's kind of interesting from Dark. Very, very quick. So,
Barry cheered.
What's up, Barry?
X333, and so, in this parallel universe, Sub-Zero and Goku, the ice-cold ninja and the Saiyan hero, proved that love could thaw even the coldest of hearts and ignite the fire of unity across the multiverse. God bless Lord Sonic.
Wow. Taking a different turn. Thank you much, Barry. We'll probably just pause donos till the end and play any more that you send then, so that we can check out this finals. Thank you much, though. Okay, so, you know, he does just the standard Reaper harass. He actually gets a couple lings, so maybe a little bit sloppy there from Dark. Also, don't forget Dark got the very, very fast 3-hatchery, so he's willing to sacrifice something like a couple lings. He easily makes up for that in the additional larva. Now, 3 queens being made at a time right now. That's kind of sick. He's going to be able to really start pushing that creep and everything as well. Over on the other side of the map, it's all pretty standard stuff, right? You know, he's going for that additional command and getting into Reactored Hellions as well as probably Banshee here. You know, one of the more common builds is, you know, Reaper expand into Reactored Hellion, 3rd command center into Banshee. That was what Innovation did in most of his games, like 70% of his TVZs for many, many years. And it's super solid. Like you only die to like the most crazy all-ins, like a super fast like Nidus in the main type thing. You could die to, but not a whole hell of a lot else. The Banshee really shores you up against a lot, and obviously the Hellions against any lings. It also gives you some map presence, some scouting, some pressure, but not a whole lot, right? This many queens, this much creep. Hard to get in there and actually get any drones. Trying, though. Love it. Absolutely love it. Roach Warren is up. 8 roaches on the way. The roaches not going to find themselves having that good of a time, honestly, due to the Banshee. Clem just continuing to patrol back and forth here. Now, I mean, that's quite a production tab we're looking at from Clem, right? He's got a lot going on right now, really exploding everything at once. A few roaches going across, but of course, as mentioned previously, just banshees existing. Oh, we'll
Chinese
play
Ninja Warrior with
we'll play those at the end. Sorry, gonna pause those for now. And well, the roaches come in and they're gonna get a few SCVs, so I guess like not too bad considering. You know, he ends up killing 5 SCVs for like 5 roaches. I don't know that you're going to get a much better trade than that. And, you know, it brings down Clem's economy a little bit. Not the greatest trade, though, obviously. You're not going to want to have to remake those 5 roaches right away, so he better be able to deal with what he has. Ooh, nice snipe right there from Clem. Slowing down that 4th base location. At least he knows where he wants to take the 4th now. Yeah, the Cloak Banshee's coming in for a bit of harass. Ah, they hit the plate. Oops. Little misclick there. Hellions trying to zoop in as well, but the Queens are here. Look at that, just pounding on those Queens as they try to come up to deal with these Hellions. Clem deciding now is the time to jump in here and get some damage. Actually misses those ones in the back. Instead goes after the bigger group that got moved. Damn, dude. Nice damage. Solid. Solid for this point in the game. 12 kills right now. Just barely misses that one as it gets in the geyser. 14 kills. Trades 5 Hellions for that. Definitely worth. Definitely worth. Clem continuing to just kind of grow, kind of, I don't know, organically isn't the word, but that's what came to mind. But like he's growing very normally during this time, right? It's not like he did some super explosive econ build. Like I mentioned before, it is a quick 3rd command center. Everything, he has it down. You know, he's getting his SCVs out. He is building 3 at a time still right now. But yeah, just very consistent. Everything has been very consistent here from Clem. And look at that, picking off a few roaches and is going to boost out, obviously, when you're playing this Roach Ravager style. You're not going to have a whole lot to hit those medevacs. We've seen that Dark tonight is really favoring going for Vipers to deal with medevacs later on as he transitions into his own Ultras. And yes, for all those people asking, these games are live. And hope that you are enjoying. So, yeah, anyways, right now, Hive is over halfway done. 2-2 coming up for Clem. Nice little engage for a bit. Knows exactly when to pull away. Excellent pull away there. Some good biles as well. Trying to force that up as quickly as possible. Yeah, the Banshee's actually doing quite a job here. A little bit, he missed-targeted a lot there, honestly. Felt like those had, like, +1 armor or something. It looks so funny. A couple more medevacs being loaded up. Dark right now on those 5 bases. Now, against Bjorn, he was having a little bit of a hard time keeping 5 bases up. I don't know if that's going to be the case here. Is this 5th base actually in danger? I don't think so, right? Like, I mean, that's a lot of medevacs. That definitely has some potential. But not really going after a base. Looks like he wants to drop in the main, but plenty here. Not going to be able to do that on top of all those Zerglings. All right, big push coming in from Clem. He is maxed out right now. This is a big difference from what we saw from Bjorn. Bjorn was sitting 150, 160 for most of the games he was in. Whereas here, Clem, you know, he didn't put as much of the early pressure on in some ways. Like, obviously, his Hellion harass was nice. But here, he's done that more maxed push that I was talking about before. Doesn't have the 2-2 lined up with this, but he has a really healthy amount of siege tanks. A huge amount of Marines here. And his 2-2 is finishing during the battle. So it was almost lined up perfectly with actually what I was saying that I thought Bjorn should do. Clem actually pulls it off, and that is exactly the type of push you're oftentimes looking for when you go into 2-2 and 2 factories off of an opener like this. Ooh, good blinding clouds come down. Really, really excellent. But there is some counterplay there for Clem. Picks off at least one Viper and a few more units. Boosting up into the main base. All the units are gone from there, so he's going to be able to get a decent unload, but he has to pick them up quickly anyways. Too many Lings come up too quickly. Nidus across the map suddenly. Does Clem notice? I don't believe he does. There's too much going on right now. We'll see how much he actually sends out of that Nidus, because he definitely needs to defend as well. Forced cancel here from Clem. All right, so it does bust that pretty quickly. A few Lings in the back of his base. It's kind of cute. I always liked the idea of leaving like one unit in your base, like a siege tank in siege mode, or yeah, a Banshee at this point to just deal with Niduses that come up. 2 will definitely do it, floating over those burrowed units. So we have Ultras out now. We have Vipers out now. Dark is kind of in his end game, right? He doesn't have all the upgrades he wants yet. He needs that chitinous. He needs Ultra speed. He needs Adrenal. I don't know if he got Adrenal, actually. I wasn't paying super close attention. If he didn't, he'll start it very shortly. 3-3 on the way as well. All important stuff. All right, now boosting back. Looks like he's going to set up drops again. We've seen him trying this all night, and it hasn't really done much yet. I like the idea behind it, but yeah, again, haven't really seen it do too much. Clem going to back up. All right, actually scans here to get rid of those. That's kind of interesting. Like, they do provide vision for future Niduses and whatnot. I think it's not bad to just clear them out and send your Banshees elsewhere. Looks like he's going to just build a turret over there for that. All right, empty Dropper Lords going across the top. Looks like there are some units there to be picked up. Oh, look at this. He uses the Nidus to load the Overlords. That's kind of cute. You know, maybe Mapu pointing out that he thinks that might be a good target. Not sure if he's going to be able to get something that high value. It's kind of on the other side of the base, but we'll see what the drop can do. So an attack coming in. He's going to line this attack up with a drop into the main base. Some good diversions being put on here from Dark. So the drop goes off in the main. Clem does pick up those anyways. Nidus coming up while the drop covers for it. Kind of a cute move. Going after this armory. Oh, dude. +2 vehicle weapons being taken out is fantastic. That is a great snipe there. Gonna pull out. Definitely worth. Definitely worth. In the meantime, this attack does go in. This attack doesn't really do very much, it looks like. Another attack attempting to come in here. Banelings rolling in. Double Liberator is cleaning up reasonably quickly. Doesn't really lose that much. So good defense there from Clem. So what is the next game plan? Game slows down for a moment, right? We just had Dark pull off a few different tactics right in a row, looking for a bit of damage in the main base, maybe a bit of damage on an expansion. Some of it worked, some of it didn't. You know, he still has plenty to play with, so it's okay to have something like that fail a little bit. Comes in, he's going to start grinding a little bit. It's definitely something he likes to do with those Vipers later on in the game. Ling Bane rolling in on top of this. Going to snipe the Planetary and back out. Now, obviously, that's pretty expensive. You can see Dark loses 20 supply instantly. But, you know, he kills the base off. And there's that siege tank I was talking about, right? Always a fan of leaving, like, one unit, like, in there to just make it so you don't even have to think about the Niduses, basically. Now, moving in, he has these 2 Banshees still alive somehow. We saw that from Beyond also. 2 Banshees alive here at 15 minutes into the game. It looks like a Ling drop to take out that tank that stopped his Nidus. That's so cute. It's adorable. All right, comes in with the Queens. Going to be able to kill off those Banshees finally, so those are gone. Mostly Ling Bane being remasked. There is a Spire that's getting some upgrades. So might be getting ready for those Broodlords later. That's something I was suggesting in the previous game that we casted here tonight, the game 3 against Bjorn, when he went for 4 Factory. I think it is an important thing to prepare. It doesn't mean you're going to use it, but you should have it prepared. Big Lean Bang Ultra attack trying to come up, but Clem being very efficient there. As far as army goes, but as you can see, 25 SCVs falling. He's down to 50 workers. Not so good. Having a hard time keeping this base up. Another attack in by the Ling Bane. Oh my god. He's going to take out this planetary as well. Dark just on top of it. Just on top of it. So Clem's economy right now is half of Dark's. In fact, it's a little bit less than that. That's tough. That's very, very tough. He's coming up here. He's trying to fight. I think we're about to see GG, honestly. Like, he's getting pretty heavily destroyed in this attack. Let's see if he can get something. 9 Ultras on the way. I can't imagine it. You're not going to lose that, are you? No, I don't think so. Yeah, looks like he'll be able to clean that all pretty easily. Some parasitic bombs would be excellent here. Ooh, that's a juicy one. That was going to kill a bunch of medevacs there. Has to drop these out. Loses one inside. The Ultra's going to catch everything that comes out of it as well. Yeah, this is really the end of the game here. Dark just dismantling Clem over the long term. Dark is so on top of his game. It's ridiculous.